Stitch Cuties, I'm Brittany with Stitches of Love Quilting, and in this video tutorial we are going to make our last block of our Loads of Fun quilt using our embroidery machine. So per usual, you know the drill, read through your pattern, organize your pieces in order of appearance, and do the same thing with your threads. And as always, you can use your reverse applique pieces or your placement guide to help you identify and number each applique piece. So what we are going to do first is load that white thread, and then we have our top and bottom line. We are going to simply put our fabric centered and make sure it covers that stitched line. And we are going to then put our fabric in place. I like to use the Sew Tights. You can also use tape. If you're using tape, I really like to use the 3M Transport Medical Tape. I think that's a great, easy tape to take on and off. You can use any kind of tape, really. And then connect this last piece down here. And we will continue with white thread until noted otherwise in the pattern. So we're going to load this for the first round of applique outlines to be stitched. Alrighty, so we have our first round of applique outlines stitched. So I'm going to remove my Sew Tights. You'll want to remove the same or your tape that you used. And we are going to begin putting our pieces in place in numerical order. So as always, I'm going to turn my hoop sideways because it fits on my Steady Betty nicely like that. And we are going to begin by putting our pieces in place. So first up, piece number 1. And this is the outside mirror, just like so. Oh, yeah, no, I have it in place. Sometimes I second guess myself, but I had it just where it belongs. Then we are going to do piece number 2, the top of our truck. Love this plaid. How fun is that? Perfect for the Christmas block, right? And get that right in place. Aren't you bummed this is the last block? I am. I've had so much fun making this. I hope you have too. But don't worry, we have more block of the month you can make, so the fun can keep going. Now we're going to put piece number 3. This is the cute gift. And it's a rectangle, very easy to put in place. There we go. Then we'll put piece number 10. This is a piece of our Christmas tree. And the Christmas tree is a super cute Riley Blake green blossom is the color. It's a really good green. There we go. And now we're going to do our 2 tires. So we have number 19. And 20 will be our next tire. There we go. And then after we put this tire on, we have one more piece to put in place, and that is part of Santa's hat. He's like a little gnome Santa. Super cute. There we go. Maybe some of you made our gnome quilt back in the day. It was really adorable. We still have one of them hanging here in the office. I just love it. Little gnomes are so cute, aren't they? Alrighty. And then there we go. So now this is what's in your hoop right now. So we'll continue on for the next round of applique outlines. Alrighty, so we have our next round of applique outlines. As always, put them on in numerical order. So we are going to start with number 4, the bow on top of our gift. I love these colors for Christmas. I love like when you have a little bit of the aqua turquoise color in the Christmas decor. I think it's cute. And then piece number 6. This is another piece of our Christmas tree. Just like so. There we go. And now for my little circles that are on the tree, you can see they're still in their little square because they're so little, I didn't want to lose them. So as I use them, I'm going to cut them free, just that little bitty snip that we have to do. Also, it keeps them numbered. So number 11, you want to also look at the number on your piece, the number on your placement guide, and then look at the front of your pattern. So you do want to make sure you get the right color dot in the right, which side has the fusible? Hold on, I dropped it. There we go, fusible side down. Little bitty piece pieces. There we go. But you want to make sure you get the right ornament in the right spot, because when the thread stitches, you want it to match. Now, if you goof and you get the wrong color, it's not the end of the world, because you'll just have some contrasting thread, which is fun. Wouldn't hurt a Christmas tree, but we're gonna do like the pattern, right? So this is number 12, the yellow. And just carefully remove my backing. And again, if you need help getting your little piece in place, sometimes I pull out my little 4-in-1 essential tool. I love this thing. It's an Alex Anderson. You've probably seen me in other tutorials use it. Every now and then you just need it for a small piece. It's very helpful. And now we're doing piece number 13. Boop. And the scissors, in case you're curious which scissors, are my Karen K. Buckley scissors. I love Karen K. Buckley. Perfect scissors is what they're called. And they're perfect. They're serrated, they're sharp all the way to the point. They're fantastic. I just love them when I see them. And they're super comfy on your fingers. I just love these, look at that. This is the medium size, that's my favorite size. I keep the small with my hand embroidery. And then the large, I do use sometimes, but mostly I use my medium. So now we have 2 more pieces of our Christmas tree to put in place, number 14 and number 16. Just like so. And now number 24, this is one of the arms of our little Santa gnome. And the reason we go in numerical order is because you can see some pieces overlap, right? So you want to make sure you put them on in the right order. That's why we build it the way we do. And then this little top. I don't know why just now it made me think about ice cream. Like, I don't know, drips on an ice cream cone. That's fun. And then we have his little top hat piece. The little brim or the band across. I saw a video the other day of this girl that was making like cowboy hats from like scratch, like with the wool. It was really incredible to watch. Okay, so this is what your hoop should look like. Now we're going to continue on with white thread for our next step. Alrighty, let's iron on our next round of applique pieces. So we're going to start with piece number 5, which is the little center part of the bow. Just like so. And now we have a slew of little circles to put in place. So first up is number 7. Let's get this little guy in place. Again, reference the front of your pattern and of course the numbers on your placement guide. And I'm actually going to put a few of these in place and do one press on this step. You don't have to do that. You can go one by one, but why not? I'm going to be brave and press them all at once. So this is number 8. It goes right above our yellow. Doot. Look at that. So easy. Don't you love that these are already cut out for you? This would not be a fun circle to cut out by hand. It's almost like a little hole punch punched it out for us. It wasn't a hole punch, it was a laser. There we go. And then number 9. I'm gonna get my little tool. There you go, little guy. Okay, and grab the iron. Boop. There we go. So now we have piece number 15. And boop. So cool. Yeah, when I was talking about the hat a second ago, I wish I could remember her name. I'd tell you to go watch her. But if you just look up like people making cowboy hats and then find it, it was a reel on Instagram. It was really incredible. She like stretched the wool down and shaped it. And then she used like a torch when she was like turning the sides of the hat up, and she's putting bands on it that were like super cute, kind of ribbony looking things. It was a really cool hat. I don't really wear cowboy hats, but I would wear a hat she made. Wish I could remember her name. It was so cool. Alrighty, there we go. We're gonna iron those two on. And now the last piece of this step, the bottom of her truck. So cute. And as always, just make sure you've got it lined up from left to right, or as it looks on the screen, top to bottom. There we go. Adorable. Okay, so now, as always, continue on with white thread for our next round of applique outlines. Okay, so we have our next round of applique outlines. We are gonna start with our bumper, putting that in place, like so. There we go, and across right here. There we go. And press. Boop. Perfect. Now we're going to do the license plate, which this month, what's going to be stitched is the word joy. Very appropriate for Christmas, right? And this is a white piece, so it's double lined so that we don't see those stars through. There we go. Press it in place. Now we are going to do number 25. 2 pieces of that as well, of this pale pink. Oop, there's one of my own hairs. The pale pink is his little hand. So I'm going to put one in place and then iron the other right over it. There we go. And again, with the little piece, get your little tool out if you need to. And they just iron right on top of each other. Oop. And number 26 is his right arm. And there we go. And number 31, the rest of his little hat. There we go. And it goes right up to the other pieces. You can see there's like a little notch in the hat. There we go. So only a few more steps of applique outlines. Okay, so in this round, we only have 3 pieces to iron on, and we'll start with number 23, the little license plate cover around the edge. And once we get that in place, give it a little press. Now we're gonna put our little Santa's right hand on, which is at the top of the screen because I have mine sideways. So I'm gonna put one down and then the second one down. There we go. And then our beard makes him official. The beard's really easy to put in place because it lines right up with that hat. And then just make sure you've got all his little beard pokies in place. You know, I was just thinking about it. They always show Santa like at the beach and he still has his beard. It's too hot here, I think, in Florida to have a beard this big. I'm not a man, but I think Santa would be hot in Florida. Alrighty, so this is what we're looking at right now. So 2 more steps of applique placement lines. Alrighty, now it's time to give Santa his little mustache. So we'll get that right in place. There are 2 pieces of this as well. So once you get it lined up, give it a press. And we put the second one right on top, like so. Now we have 1 more line to stitch, and that is for his little nose. Alrighty, last piece to put in place, Santa's little nose, like so. How cute is he? Adorable. And the second one right on top. So now for the rest of the steps, I'm going to take my hoop on and off so we can talk about the cute thread colors we're putting on. But for you at your machine in your sewing space, you don't need to take your hoop on and off until the very end when it's time to trim our block and pull away the stabilizer. So the first color we're going to load would be 1218 Silver Gray. And what's gonna stitch is, oh, I'm sorry. No, scratch everything I'm saying. We're not doing Silver Gray. We have white for one more step. Oh my gosh, read your pattern, don't listen to me. And also believe your machine. We are going to leave white on for one more step because of course his beard and mustache need to be stitched, okay? So don't load Silver Gray, although if you did, it'd still be super cute on Santa. But we are going to keep white on for the next step. Oh my gosh, already looking so cute. Look at his little beard and mustache. I love it. Okay, so now we're gonna start changing our thread colors. So we are going to now load 1218 Silver Gray, and our little mirror and our bumper will stitch first. So now we have a mirror and a bumper stitch. It is time to load 0169 Cabernet Red, and what's going to stitch is a bunch. It's going to be the red on our truck and along Santa's hat and a little bit on his arms. Alrighty, take a look. A lot of your truck is getting stitched now. So now we're going to load 1045 and a little bit of your gift, and the 2 ornaments on your tree will be stitched with 1045. Alrighty, so we have a couple ornaments and the sides of our gift stitched. So now we are going to load 1095 and finish stitching our gift because the little bow will stitch now. Alrighty, so the gift is all finished, looking cute. So now we're going to load 1177 avocado, and the outer parts of our Christmas tree are going to stitch. Take a look, we're getting there. A few more colors still to go though. So now we're going to load butterfly gold and the yellow ornaments, and then around the hat that's yellow on the block will be stitched next. Alrighty, so now the butterfly gold is stitched, and we're going to load 1833 pumpkin pie for our 2 orange ornaments. Alrighty, so the orange is stitched. Now it's time to load 1039, the true red, for the 2 red ornaments on our tree. So now all the ornaments in the tree are stitched. It's time to load 1005 black, and we are going to have the little brim on our hat stitched around the license plate and our 2 tires. Alrighty, so all of the black is stitched. Now we're going to load the 1225 pastel pink, and the little pale pink nose and little hands of your gnome snowman, or not a snowman, your gnome Santa will stitch next. Alrighty, our block is looking super cute. We have just one more step to do, and that is for the word joy to stitch. Now, if you're using the filaine thread throughout the quilt, you are going to put on 3318 pale turquoise in the filaine. You are going to change from your 7511 embroidery needle, and you are going to instead put on the larger 116 universal needle onto your embroidery machine because it has a bigger eye opening so that the thread more freely passes through, and you're going to slow your machine down to the slowest setting. If you are not using the filaine thread, then you will actually just keep your needle the same way, and you are going to load 1095 turquoise rayon thread again. So without further ado, let's finish up this last step. Alrighty, you did it. Let's take a look from top to bottom. Oh my gosh, this block is so cute. I'm really going to miss stitching these every month. And if you want to stitch something else with us, we invite you to visit stitchesoflovequilting.com and sign up for another fun block of the month. This is so much fun to do. Oh my goodness. I hope you had as much fun as I did making the tutorials every month for you. So without further ado, happy stitching. Take your block and trim it down to the appropriate size using your ruler, and of course pull away all your stabilizer. And next up, you will be piecing your entire quilt top together with all of those super cute flying geese and your borders. It's a blast to make. So happy stitching.